Falcon fans, Falcon fans, Falcon fans, and of course, Falcon fans. You already know what it is. You already know what to do. One time for the fan, episode 225. We are back in this thing talking Falcons football, Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, Amazon Podcast, so much more. Google one time for the fan. Big shout out to everybody in the chat. Big shout out to everybody checking in. Shout out to Bodie. Shout out to Chase. Big shout out to T-Will. And, of course, Miss Carrie. Big shout out to you, too, as well. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing well.
Doing good. Terry doing good. Well. Carrie, you all right?
Man.
Doing very well.
Nice, yeah. nice. Glad to see everybody here in the chat. Glad to see.
Went to the beach today, so.
What? Terry, we don't get that.
Can't be.
Terry, we don't get that type of fun over here in Atlanta.
Have a bad day at the beach, you
know? Which one you went to? Clearwater?
No, actually, I went to kind of a hidden gem. It's called Playa Linda. It's right by Kennedy Space Center. So sometimes you can get lucky and watch a rocket launch as well. So it's nice. Okay. Well, look at that, because we don't get a chance to do that over here in Atlanta. I was playing golf today. Terry, I'm sure he was probably in the control room dealing with some work, taking care of some things. But when you have a beach at your availability like how you do, Carrie, I must say that Florida life is impressive, huh? A lot of people want to live the Florida life. I mean, it's so hot that it's a great way to cool off. You got to be either inside in the AC or you got to be in a pool or a beach at all times. So, what's
the temperature out there today?
I think it was 92. Let me see. Yeah, it's
92 in
right
the Florida
now,
sun is like what, close to 100? 100
yeah,
plus?
Exactly. It says right now, mind you, it's 8 p.m. and it says it's 88, feels like 96. So when I was at the beach, it probably felt like 100.
Well, yeah. Falcon fam, hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe button. You know, we're talking Falcons football here tonight. So House of the Falcons podcast is back. So we'll be in here talking Falcons for just a little bit. Terry, what's up, brother? How's everything been going since the last time we talked?
All is well. No complaints. Carrie, did you get burned while you were out there, or did you have your suntan lotion?
No, I always make sure I wear sunscreen so I don't get burned. And I actually don't really burn easily, thankfully. I get tan, so that's good. But
that Florida sun is scorching too as well. It's kind of like Nevada or Vegas type of sun over there that they have in Florida, man. I've been out there to the beach a few times, and I love traveling out there to Florida too as well. I mean, vacation spots close for us in Georgia is pretty much go to Florida. Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, Tampa, you know, some of the hot spots that people travel to. But Terry, she gave us some game too as well. She went to a secret beach that a lot of people do not know about too as well. So a lot of people go to Clearwater, they go to some of the other beaches, but Carrie just put us up on game. So if we're ever going out of town, Terry.
We appreciate it. We appreciate it.
So we're by the Kennedy Space Center. What's the name of the beach, Carrie?
It's called Playa Linda. The only thing I don't like about it, which is pretty bad, is that there's no showers. That's like a big major negative for me, like penalty flag. Yeah, no showers. You need showers, but other than that, it's very nice because it's quiet. But yeah, if you ever need beach recommendations, hit me up because I'm always at the beach. I love the beach.
Carrie is a diehard Atlanta Falcon fan, and of course, she's a diehard soccer fan too as well. Carrie, how was your week of soccer for you?
I mean, I'm kind of having withdrawals right now because we got 2 days of no Euros and Copa America. So I'm ready for the semifinals of Euros already. I'm like, come on.
Some good games over the week, though. I mean, the Portugal-France game was a good one. Even Turkey-Netherlands was a good one, too, as well. England going down to the wire was a good one also. So for Falcon fans that's in the chat, you don't get no Falcon football content coming up soon. But, you know, you do have some soccer going on right now. Some Euros, and you also have Copa America. Argentina, Messi could be playing in the finals soon as well. So that could be great for a lot of Argentina fans. Terry, last time we talked, man, we had Pound for Pound on the channel. We had Berto from 95 North on the channel. That was a great show. We, once again, it's supposed to be an hour. Ended up talking for more than almost close to 2 hours and some change here.
It was almost 2 hours. It was fun, though. It was fun. Tell you what I found out when I went down to Florida that I did not know. I did not know that African Americans could get sunburned, and I found out.
It's not funny,
it's
but
the first time. There's a first time for everything, Terry. I guess.
I effed around and found out. Let me tell you something. Now, if you look at me, you can see. No, that deserves a wow. If you look at me, you can see like a hint of red in my skin. I was as red as a lobster. We went.
Oh no.
We went. Where'd we go? We were my family and I. We were Airbnb in it, and I know Lisa, but I didn't know Lisa. I didn't know. Don't judge me, Lisa. I didn't know. Anyway, I'm down there, and it was my day with our nieces. So we had 2 nieces with us. My sister-in-law, my brother-in-law, my wife, my 3 kids, my mom at the time, who was still with us, my mother-in-law, and my daughter's girlfriend, and we were all down there, and it was my time, I guess, to hang with the kids. So we were out in the pool, and I literally stayed out in the pool like 8 hours, and I did not put on suntan lotion or whatever, sunscreen. And I got so baked, and it was funny because I woke up the next day and I was so sore, and I was like, what's going on?
Arms on fire, back on fire.
Oh my God. It was and so it was like the joke of the whole vacation because I was just red. I mean, oh my, yeah. So
you became Florida man for the day. I don't know if you heard those jokes. You know the joke Florida man? Usually when they start off with something that somebody in Florida does, they used to say, well, Florida man.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I just want to say, Berto asked if anybody's received a penalty yet, and yeah, perfect timing. Terry just got a penalty for not knowing that he can get sunburned at his age.
Matter of fact, you know what? We did go to the review booth. We did go to the booth. Terry's calling the flag here on Terry. Terry, you want to go ahead and give Terry the flag here?
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
10-yard penalty on Terry.
Yeah,
for not
knowing at your big age that you could get sunburned.
I did not know, man. I'd never gotten it before.
Also, I'm going to add on an additional 15 yards for spending 8 hours in the pool in Florida. And now you racked up 25 yards in penalty yards here, Terry. Half of this is to the goal.
I was
automatic. I'm sorry. Repeat.
Oh, my God.
First down. Starts off quick here. Big shout out to Berto in the chat.
What up, Berto? What's up, Lisa? What's up?
It's going down in a major way. Falcon fans, this is great that you guys get a chance to take some time out of your Sunday night to come talk with us here at One Time for the Fan. Because we're closing in on 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So it's really because of you all. So please head on over to YouTube, hit that like, share, and subscribe button if you're first time checking in. Tell your Falcons friends, tag your Falcons family. It's definitely going down in a major way here in the chat. Lisa Shepard's in the chat. She said, this is happening on October 10th. I just checked the Kennedy Space Center website. A SpaceX Falcon Heavy rocket will launch the Europa Clipper mission to Jupiter's icy moon for NASA. Carrie.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know.
Sounds like something that's in your area.
Yes, that's awesome. Thank you, Lisa, for telling us about that. I did check the website today and make sure there was no launches before I went to this specific beach, because last time I went to this beach, or I attempted to go, it was actually kind of a nightmare. So if you ever visit the beach, make sure you check if there is a launch, because I didn't check. And I went to go to the beach, and they're like, oh, there's about to be a launch. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I'll watch the launch instead and then go to the beach. But no, then it ended up being closed for like 2 hours, so I couldn't go to the beach.
She said I may go to that one since it has the word Falcon in it. Carrie,
nice.
That's some real diehard shit.
That's awesome.
Oh, that is diehard.
Lisa gets a wow.
Lisa deserves.
That's a diehard fan.
Lisa deserved 2 wows.
You know what, Terry? She does get 2 wows. As a matter of fact, the review booth just came back again with another whistle for you, Terry.
Why is that?
Another 10 yards, because we know that you're going to say Donkey Hooters somewhere along this podcast. So we're just going to go ahead and give you 10 yards.
Donkey Hooters and you don't get a penalty. You literally just.
We're going to talk celebrities here in a minute. We're going to talk about Jamal Anderson's tweet jam. And then we're going to get into some more Falcon position groups that I'm sure the chat wants to talk about here. John Moreno said, it's been a while. What's new? What's good, John Moreno? How's everything going, man?
What about Deshaun's trivia?
Oh, I'm going to get to that in just a second. Yeah, I want to try to get down to the comments. You know, the other day with Pound for Pound and Berto, we couldn't get to all the comments. You know, we love talking with all the Falcon fans. But when we have special guests on the show, it's kind of difficult to get to everybody. But we do try to get to everybody's comment, man, because y'all are the greatest. Falcon fans are the greatest in the world. And we're going to show the NFL why we're the greatest in the world. Atlanta Falcons Fandemic. Big shout out to Fandemic. He said, hey, what's good, fellas? One time for the fan on deck. Season's almost here. Like and subscribe, y'all.
Yep.
95 North is already calling it from the stands. You already know, as a fan and a supporter here of One Time for the Fan. Just imagine Bird on the stands. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle on Terry.
Oh, Berto, the hate, man.
Berto's that guy in practice. I don't know if you know Falcon fans, the one that's usually yelling at the players on the side over there on the hill in Flower Branch.
Oh, wow.
There's a guy who used to do that all the time. Eric Parker knows about it, but he would come to the practices and just scream at the players. I mean, what are you doing? You need to cut number 37. And the coaches and the players would look over like, who the hell is this guy? Used to do that every single training camp, man.
I don't think I could have gotten a penalty for not knowing, because number one, I didn't go to the beach that often. I grew up in Georgia. Okay. Now, if I'd have grown up in Florida, you have to consider, my geographical location. That'd be different. Like, okay, I might have gone like maybe once a month or whatever, but really,
the chat is part of the rules committee. So if the chat says Terry doesn't deserve the whistle, we will take back the 10 yards. But right now, the ball is moving. The chains have been moving. They came over there, no huddle. Team went over there, no huddle. They already ran the play, so we can't go back technically and take away the penalty. But chat, next time, let's try to do the challenge flag quickly. Terry, matter of fact, we're gonna do this here on the channel. I'll let y'all throw the challenge flag from now on.
Free your boy.
We might blow the whistle.
Free T Will. Let's
Terry,
go.
you already know if you say BPE, you cannot challenge that, right? That's automatic 15 yards. Terry, you have a lot going on where you might be able to challenge a couple of the calls made when we give you the penalty yards.
That's right.
So for fans in the chat, you guys are part of the rule committee. So if Terry was out of line, or if he wasn't out of line, we'll take back the yards. But we got to go quick. Chat has to move quick here because the ball has been moved now. It's already second down, so we can't go back and take that.
Free Will. That's all I'm saying. Free T Will.
Jalen Jones is in the chat. Carlton Bunch is in the chat. Uncle Steve's Lounge, diehard Atlanta Falcons fan, is in the chat. Content creator is in the chat.
On this show, man. Got to get him on it.
We got to. It's been about 4 or 5 shows I've been on with Uncle Steve randomly, pop-up shows, panels. Seen him in London too as well. But never had him here on One Time for the Fans. So hopefully we can get Uncle Steve over and that soundboard. Because it might be a soundboard battle that day, but I know Steve's probably gonna win. He's gonna come in there with brand new songs.
No doubt he's gonna win.
He knows what he's doing over there on Uncle Steve's Lounge. So definitely head over to Uncle Steve's Lounge channel on YouTube. Give a like, share, and subscribe. Alicia Shepard said, Terry acting like we don't have sun in Georgia. Sir, you can get sunburned in Atlanta too.
It gets
you don't see them, Alicia Shepard, you don't see them computers behind him. That man ain't leaving there.
Come on, Lisa. What's up, man?
I am.
Here comes the whistle. Get ready. Shepard said, Terry, are you getting a BPE on a shirt?
So the thing with that is, I think, yes, I am going to stick to my word. I'm a woman of my word. And I'm going to get Big Penix energy on a shirt in red and black because I know in college you had purple and gold. So I'm kind of shy to wear it out in public. So maybe I'll just wear it on the podcast. Like people, if I wear that to a game, people will be looking at me like.
Terry has already mentioned BPE.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, Terry? I may as well join Donkey Hooters. There.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We are racking up the yards here tonight, Falcon fans. Almost 45 yards and penalty yards here between Carrie and Terry. So we'll talk about that after the show in our notes section.
We'll have a meeting.
The podcast. We'll have our meeting. But guess what, Falcon fans? We have a lot to talk about here tonight on the channel. Wallace Smith said, what's up, Berto? Didn't know that you was a Celtics fan and then be a Falcons fan way down south. How did this happen? Get him. Get him, Wallace Smith. Get him over here on this channel, and then head over there on his channel too as well, and get him over there. Me and Berto, we joke all the time about that Hawks-Celtics rivalry. And we got some rivalry to talk about here tonight because Jamal Anderson put a tweet out where he was talking about the 49ers. So we'll get a chance to find out how fans feel about that. But first, the Dixon Way is in the chat. He said, what's up, guys? Like, number 5, smashed. You got to smash that like button. The Dixon Way is here talking Falcons football with us. Here we go now. Terry?
Yep.
You know, there's a lot of celebrities here in the world that get a chance to go to football games and get a chance to rep their team and show their support for who they love. But sometimes, especially here in Atlanta, fans get confused of who is the biggest celebrity that reps the Atlanta Falcons, right?
Yeah, they do.
Who is the biggest celebrity here in Atlanta that reps the Atlanta Falcons? And as you can see, I have pulled up, I guess, an NFL celebrity list that was tweeted out from Yahoo Sports, where, as you can see here, Usher is the I guess the biggest celebrity who represents the Atlanta who reps the Atlanta Falcons. So
I don't know that I agree.
Some would say it would be Future. Some would say it could be Jermaine Dupri, Quavo. Terry, your thoughts on Usher being from Yahoo Sports, the biggest celebrity that reps the Atlanta Falcons?
Well, I know he just did the Super Bowl. All right, and I'm not taking anything away from Usher. I love me some Usher. Usher did his thing, man. Usher repped the A very well in the Super Bowl. I don't want to take anything away from him, but I mean, Jimmy Carter is a Falcons fan, and he's a former president. You got Jeff Foxworthy, who's a comedian. You got I don't want to say Cam Newton. We can exclude Cam Newton, but he's a fan.
You mentioned Cam Newton. Shout out to Cam Newton at 4th and 1 too, is what that podcast does.
Yeah, I like that podcast. Samuel L. Jackson, I mean, I think he's been in the most movies like for any actor in the history of ever.
Some would say it would be Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah. Like you said, Jermaine Dupri, Michael Kelly, the guy that was in House of Cards. He was what's his name's henchman, the guy that went to that got canceled for sleeping with a 14-year-old guy, Kevin Spacey.
Shit.
I'm like, excuse me.
It happened, so that can't be a penalty.
Wow. Yeah, that's.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's ejected.
Wow. Wow.
You just said that so casually.
Wow.
I didn't know about that.
Oh, I'm ejected for my delivery.
No, sorry, Terry. You're not ejected. Whoever you just said slept with the 14.
Okay, yeah. We will always have the Phoenix connection, man. Like,
oh my god.
Not you. Sorry. Not you.
Guys, is Usher the biggest celebrity who reps the Atlanta Falcons? Terry, Carey, please, your thoughts. Bradley Cooper for the Eagles, Adam Sandler for the Jets, Harry Connick Jr. Now, I will say this. When it comes to the Saints, Harry Connick Jr. is all over New Orleans.
I don't know what the hell that is. I'm sorry.
Somebody playing a video? Uh-oh. We finna get strike for that.
I don't know what that was. So what just happened?
You two finna send out that strike. I hear that. Was that Trey Young in the background? Was that Trey Young? We're gonna hit it to that copyright strike. DSGB Hall says Samuel L. Jackson is the biggest celebrity who reps the Atlanta Falcons. Lisa Shepard said, I would put Big Boy over Usher in terms of repping the Falcons. There's a lot of celebrities who's also been caught wearing other teams' NFL apparel.
T.I.
has been caught wearing other teams' apparel. Now, apparently, when he did that, he said he's friends with these players. So he wore the jersey or the jacket or the hat. That was the picture that's been floating around. I tried to get the picture too as well. But, Carey, Usher, do you think he is the biggest celebrity that reps the Falcons? I've looked up pictures online. I can't see any picture, or I can't find any picture that has Usher wearing any other team's NFL apparel. But I got pictures of other rappers and celebrities who's supposed to be repping the Birds, who say they rep the Birds, but they're wearing Saints gear, 49ers gear, Cowboys gear. I mean, your thoughts about that, Carey?
For me, I could never wear another team's gear, no matter what. I mean, it would have to be like, I don't even know, like I lost a bet, I guess, and maybe, or I win. Like, I don't know. I just could never see myself doing that. But even if
and to
it's
help
your
you
friend,
out there, Carey, don't do those bets. Don't make those bets when you got to wear somebody else's jersey or hat, because that picture will live on forever.
Right. So I never have done one of those bets, but I'm thinking of like, when would I do that? I don't even know. Like, I guess like how you just mentioned, maybe your friend gets drafted by a team, but then it's like, maybe I would just customize a shirt, like make it black and then put their name. I don't know. I don't think I could do that personally, but that's just me.
Falcon fans in the chat, you see it. Blake Shelton for the Cardinals, Guy Fieri for the Raiders. Now, that's kind of strange because Guy Fieri had he had a restaurant, I believe, that was in Washington where he was a Commanders fan. I could have sworn, but apparently he's a Raiders guy. But they say Usher is here for the Falcons, Mario Lopez for the Chargers, Bryan Cranston. That's Bryan Cranston from what show was that? Walter White from Breaking Bad. Stacy Keibler, former WWE wrestler. Baltimore Ravens, Johnny Depp with the Miami Dolphins, John Bon Jovi with the Patriots, Jeff Garland with the Bears, Stephen Curry. We've seen him use that drum they got down there, that stupid keep pounding drum, on the field a few times. George Clooney with the Bengals, Post Malone with the Cowboys. I think we've seen him a lot in Cowboys jerseys, also performing in AT&T Stadium a lot too as well. Eminem with the Lions that we know, Justin Timberlake with the Green Bay Packers, Jeremy Renner. What's that? Hawkeye? That's from Marvel, right?
It's Hawkeye, yeah.
Yep. 49ers.
What about Lil Wayne for the Green Bay Packers?
So Lil Wayne, who's from New Orleans, who doesn't like the Saints, he really hates the Saints. Matter of fact, Lil Wayne, if you go search up those old videos, Wayne is bashing the Saints heavy because he knows that fan base is not as true as most fans believe they are. Because back in the day, they were wearing Cowboys jerseys, they was wearing 49er jerseys, they was wearing Steeler jerseys. Wayne grew up from there. He knows that time. The paper bag era in New Orleans was alive and well back then. So Wayne grew up a Packers fan. But Harry Connick Jr. definitely, he's all over that stadium. They play his songs. He's always performing out there. He's from that area too as well. Kevin Durant, he's from that area, so he's definitely a Commanders fan. Taylor Swift made the list, Gary.
Oh gosh.
I wonder how did Taylor Swift make the list, Gary?
I mean, can we please just pick somebody, like, who was a fan besides her, like, before? She just became a fan, like, maybe a year ago, if that. So, I mean, I get now she is a fan, right? But because she's dating the player, but I would have liked maybe somebody else. Like, I don't know any. Do you know any Chiefs celebrity fans?
I don't know. To me, I mean, that guy named Tech Nine, he's a rapper. But I believe he's a Chiefs fan too as well. But he's not as big, of course, as Taylor Swift. But on the level of these celebrities, the NFL teams that they rep, it seems like Usher is the biggest one here for Atlanta. And once again, I've searched up pictures of Usher and Falcons jerseys. I've seen a bunch. When you type in like Cowboys jerseys and Saints jerseys and 49ers, you don't see nothing. He's always repping Atlanta in a major way. Peace up, A-Town down, from the songs to the music, entertaining. It'd be great to have him perform at a game this year too as well if the Falcons could arrange that. But I have seen other celebrities from Atlanta who say they're Falcon fans wearing other people's apparel. Terry, you have any other apparel in your dresser or in your closet from any other NFL teams?
I do not, sir.
Shit.
Come on, this is a safe space.
This is a safe space.
You can admit it, Terry. Come on.
I'm kidding.
So Terry, you would wear
Chargers jersey.
You would wear a purple and black Baltimore Ravens style suit with a Falcon hat, right? You don't have a Ravens hat in your closet, right?
I do not.
You don't have Ravens socks in your closet, right?
I do not. I do have polo. I love me some Ralph Lauren, but I do not have any other NFL paraphernalia other than the Atlanta Falcons because I love them, and I just think it's loyal to do that. The only way I'd wear like another team's jersey is like we don't have a hockey team, right? Mm-hmm. So I have a really good friend, who is a supporter of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Mm-hmm. I will wear it in that case because we don't have one. Now, if we get one, then it'll have to be retired. But until such time. But that's like the only scenario where I would wear, like, I forgot about Pastor Troy.
Pastor Troy is a big-time Falcon
I have him
fan.
written down. I just didn't mention him yet. I have Ludacris and Pastor Troy written down.
Ludacris and Pastor Troy.
I did have Luda.
Honorable mentions from Carrie.
Yes.
Yeah, I had Luda. Who else did I have? I said everybody else. Yeah, Samuel. Yeah, everybody else heard. but I did.
Lisa Shepard said T.I. Jermaine Dupri. So Jermaine Dupri, I believe he has a couple pictures wearing some other jerseys from NFL teams. Jeezy as well. I believe he was caught wearing some other NFL apparel. And T.I., you guys seen the picture of him dressed up in the Broncos gear and then dressed up as well in the Saints.
I noticed some people say they like how you mentioned, to match their outfit, how you were just asking Terry if we were in a purple suit, you wear a purple hat or something. But I don't know. Maybe I feel like you'd have to be like fair weather to do that. Like, I don't know.
I have a friend, I will say, Carrie, that I'm not going to call him out. I'm not going to say his name. He's been on the chat here before. But he has damn near hats from every NFL team. He has a Lion hat. He has a Dolphin hat. He's a Falcon fan. But he has a bunch of those hats. He said that's for his swag. That's how he rocks out. I feel you. I get it, but I mean, that's tough for me. I can still rock the fit and put the Falcon hat on and just give an F type of day. You know what I'm saying? Or put the Braves
like
hat
a Nike hat or something. Or
but hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm not him, but then again,
a lot of guys I noticed do that. They'll wear just things to match their outfit. Oh, nice. Oh, I love that color. Like an olive green.
The Dixon Way's out there. Yeah. Terry's definitely bringing that A hat swag. Big Braves fan, big Falcon fan, big Hawk fan too as well. Lisa Shepard said 2 Chainz 2 is out. Definitely, because you've seen those pictures of him wearing the 49ers gear. Never Ever, Trillville. They are some diehard Falcon fans. Don P. Goldmouth and them.
So Jack, the point I was making was you can usually go to like an apparel store and get your favorite team's colors. You may have to order them, but you can usually get, like, if I wanted the A hat, I could get that in purple if I wanted. I could get it in all white. So you don't have to say, well, this is the only, color that's going to match my outfit. So that's why because I don't do that, right? I get
what you're saying. No excuses is essentially what you're telling them. No excuses. And now that you're saying that, Timmy, actually on AtlantaFalconsShop.com, I don't know, Fanatics maybe too, but I've seen women's hats where they'll have the Falcon logo, but instead of doing black and red and white, they'll just do it like either just blacked out or white. And then they'll do like the hat, like I've seen cheetah print, I've seen floral, I've even seen ones with peaches all over it. So yeah, maybe now that you say that, there's really no excuse because they usually come out with different colors as well with the logo. So I'm with you.
Yeah.
Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. What's up, Terry?
Right. I forgot about Melissa Etheridge. She's right.
Okay.
She is. And I would say, other than Taylor Swift.
Of course, Yahoo Sports was looking at the two and saying, Melissa Etheridge or Taylor Swift? Which one's going to get more views on this article? Let's go ahead and put Taylor Swift. But Carrie's right. She became a fan, 2 years ago? Swifties, don't get mad at me.
Has it been 2 years already? Maybe it has already. Jeez.
I think it's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks now? 2.5 weeks?
This guy.
Lisa Shepard said Tia has repped the Broncos and also the Aints. He is out for sure.
Especially for the Aints, like that. Oh no.
There's some celebrities who's been caught wearing other NFL apparel.
I mean, boy, that speaks to his street cred because that's
well. Here, Terry. My friend asked me this question too as well. If the Cowboys right now gave you $5 million to go do radio for them, would you go do it? $5 million to go do radio for. They say, hey, you know what? You're a great podcaster. We listen to For My ATO Sports. We listen to you on One Time for the Fan. We know you're a Falcon fan, but it would be great if you can just come over here and do a podcast for us.
Before you answer, I want to tell you again, this is a safe space.
Shit.
Wow.
We're not going to judge you because money talks. So just be honest, okay? We're not judging here.
I said no. Terry?
I got to be honest. I got to be honest. I am not rich by any means, but I feel like this is not something that I do for money. $5 million is a lot.
$5 million.
But I'm
$5
million.
I'm not rich by any stretch of the imagination.
But do you want to be rich? $5 million richer?
Not if I got to rep the Cowboys.
But okay, wait. Do you have to rep the team, or you're just researching and just talking about the team?
You have to talk about the Cowboys.
Do you have to wear their swag and like?
It's like you're on their radio station. Like you work for their radio now.
Okay, then no.
So you're going to be talking about things on the radio that have to say, oh yeah, the Cowboys, Zeke Elliott, Dak Prescott. You got to wow the fan base, right? Why are they bringing you over? Would you do it for $5 million?
I would. I no. Now and I pray to God my wife's not listening, but no, I would not. I would not. Well, I'm just keeping it real, because my wife, if she was listening, she'd probably be like, yes, he would. Yes, he would.
Take the money, Terry. Take the money.
Yes, he would. I'm
That's why this is a safe space.
No, bro, look, this is what I believe, right? Les Brown, who's a motivational speaker, has a saying that says, you don't make your living, you live your making, meaning you do what it is in you to do. That thing that you love, that is what you do, that is what you utilize, and the money will come. So for me, I could not in good conscience rep any other team, talk about any other team other than the Falcons. I just, or the Braves or the Hawks. I've been in Atlanta for 50 plus years. That's all I know. And I'm not interested in learning any other franchise. And I know you guys are like bullshit. You know what I mean? What's that little kid on that mean? Bullshit, a bullshit. I know that's what you guys are thinking. But it's really not. It's look, I
DSGB Hall said, if you got a hat for every team, he's for the streets.
Exactly. Thank you.
I don't have a hat for every team.
No, not you. I think he's talking about Jack's friend.
Yeah, okay. No. But I no, man, I can't, bro. First off, my brother would disown me. So
well, Eric Parker would get on you. He'll call you every morning. Why the hell did you choose to go with that team? You're not my real brother, are you? I'm gonna go ahead.
He'd be like, man, we need a DNA test. Let's go ahead and dig up our daddy and let's see what happened. For me, no, because I wouldn't enjoy it. Like,
not one segment, Wallace Smith. You got to work for the station. Like you got to be there day in, day out for maybe a year. Let's say a year.
Okay.
I would enjoy it, man. Me personally,
5 episodes a week, Monday through Friday, syndicated show.
No, I wouldn't. Like, I gotta enjoy this, right? Okay. This is my work back here, and
Alicia Shepard's keeping it real right here. Listen, look at this comment now. There are Atlanta sportscasters that ride for the other team,
and good for them. And look, no disrespect to them, but me personally, right? Look,
thank you. I'm with it.
I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. That's how you feel.
Terry said this is the safe space, but I bring this up to ask the next question. There must be some type of rivalry, right, Terry?
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to Falcons, Cowboys, or Falcons, 49ers, right? Must be some type of rivalry going on.
Without a doubt.
Outside of the Falcons Saints, because Jamal Anderson feels some type of way about it.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, matter of fact, let me go ahead and get this. Hit the wrong link.
Let's pull up on Jam. Let's pull up on
Jam. Let's pull up on Jam.
Let's pull up on him.
I got the link right here, y'all. Go ahead and do the Jeopardy music. That's what we do here on One Time for the Fans.
While you're looking it up, Jack, I did Google it, and Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift started dating September 2023. So it hasn't even been a year yet. So yeah, you got to pick a fan for your list there.
And I'm sure, just like Beyonce said, he's probably going to put a ring on it. He's probably going to put a ring on it. I mean, that's the biggest pop star in the world.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would want that. Like, I don't know that I would want all that comes along with that. Not me.
So we got something important here, Terry. When it comes to that rivalry I was mentioning about why you wouldn't want to work for the Cowboys radio, I'm sure Jamal Anderson doesn't want nothing to do with the 49ers. And a lot of Falcons fans know that the Falcons-Saints rivalry is one of the biggest in the NFL. It says, I just want to say that the 49ers are on the level of the Saints for me in terms of hate. I cannot stand either. To see them lose warms my heart, laughing my ass off. When Jam talks, we listen. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. What is the biggest rivalry you would say outside of Falcons Saints? I think Falcon fans really hate not only the Patriots, but we don't get a chance to see them as much. But the Cowboys is a team that the Falcon fans really don't like. After them too as well, I would probably say the 49ers. So Jam has to be telling the truth here, right, Carrie?
I mean, you can't go against what he's saying. So
I think so. I did a little research on this, and I've forgotten this, but the Falcons and the 49ers were in the same division up until about 2002.
Mm-hmm.
So is that one? I don't hate the 49ers personally. I mean, there's 3 teams I hate, and I mean, hate with a passion, obviously the Aints, but second would definitely be the Patriots, and third would be the Cowboys. After that, it's you're all whatever. I don't care about you, but I don't hate you. I don't hate the 49ers personally.
Some could look at, the Falcon 49er small rivalry they had in the past, like Terry was getting ready to mention, how it was in the same division years and years and years ago. But then you go off of course, with the 2012 game too as well. The holding call that wasn't called against the 49ers. Was it Patrick Willis, I believe it was, the linebacker, who was holding? Was it Roddy White or Harry Douglas on that play? One of the last plays of the game when we was getting ready to score. It could be that too as well. It could be the Kyle Shanahan thing too as well. But some way, somehow, Jamal Anderson doesn't like the 49ers. Terry?
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, whatever. I don't hate them as much. Mm-hmm. For me, it's the Saints 1, the Saints 2, the Saints 3. Probably 5.
Shit.
Good answer.
After that, it's probably, I would say, the Patriots 6 through 10, and then the Cowboys.
6 through 10. Shit.
I hate both of them. No, I don't. Okay, I hate the Saints just a little bit more. Just the size of a whole nother universe, but it's okay. No, but in all seriousness, I think Jamal probably views them as a division rival because when he did play for the Falcons, they were a division rival. So it's kind of like how somebody, I hate the Panthers like I hate the Saints, or I hate the Bucks. You know what I mean? You saw them 2 times a year. Probably wasn't. So that makes sense to me because I forgot the Falcons used to be in the NFC West up until 2002. So I can see why he would say that. Because you got to think the 90s was like during their heyday, so they probably were arrogant as hell. They came into our house in 1994, beat the shit out of us, won the Super Bowl, and I gotta imagine that during his tenure there, it probably wasn't a lot of wins for the Falcons. So that makes sense. That makes sense.
If you're going off of the NFL right now, some fans can say, "Oh, it's because of Kyle Shanahan," or it's because they just keep winning in some type of way with Brock Purdy running that offense over there. And this year, Terry, Kirk Cousins, remember back at the Masters when he was talking with the group from NBC, he mentioned it about trying to be on the level of where they are, of getting that mindset ready for this team. Because let's just say you make it to the playoffs, there's a very strong chance from what we've seen in the past, from what we've seen in the past couple years, that the 49ers will be there in the playoffs, right? They're one of those teams in the NFC that we talked about the PFF rankings and team roster rankings and everything. They are still up there in like top 5 and damn near everything. So as much as we hate Kyle Shanahan, as much as we hate that team over there, they seem to be prepared and ready to go with a quarterback that some people don't even know about, don't even care about. Here in Atlanta, we have to be on that level of getting past, week 17. We got to be on that level of getting past the first round of the playoffs because we know here, or just around the NFL, the 49ers have been in the NFC Championship game the past couple of years. They've been in the playoffs the past couple of years. The Falcons have not been in the playoffs the past couple of years. So we do have to get on that level of being just as strong as that team and even better because it may be a matchup where you never know. Falcons 49ers in the NFC Championship game. And then we have to go right back to this tweet where Jamal Anderson says he hates them. But Terry, the Falcons should be as good as we think they could be this year to go compete against the 49ers in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Am I right or wrong, Terry?
No, you're absolutely right. I think this Falcons team can compete with anybody. And it's been a while since you could honestly say that without crossing your hands behind your back. But I legitimately feel like this squad can take it to the max with anybody. Are there teams that, that can beat us? Sure there are. But I feel like on any given Sunday, we can beat anybody. Mm-hmm. And it's been at least 2 or 3, maybe 4 years since I could say that. This offense, this defense, the special team units, the coaching staff, everything is going to culminate in a great team. I'm not worried about it. As far as Kyle Shanahan is concerned, Kyle is an excellent coach. Kyle struggles with making adjustments at the right time. Mm-hmm. Once he figures that out, I think he will win a Super Bowl. That's, or maybe if they play somebody other than the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, maybe that.
0 for 3 in the Super Bowl by now, so he's bound to win one someday. Sheesh. I hope. Well, I don't really hope, but yeah.
I think Raheem Morris has what it takes to lead this team to victory this season. Mm-hmm. And for Jamal Anderson to make that tweet, when I saw it, I was thinking, you know what? Outside of the Saints, I do kind of hate the Cowboys and the 49ers a lot, right? When it comes to, their fan base, I mean, they do travel well. But you just know, like this season, we play the Cowboys this year. There's going to be a ton of Cowboys fans in the bins. And they don't care what the record is. They don't care who's at quarterback. They don't care who's the head coach. They're going to show up and support their team in mass numbers. And, of course, they're still, America's team. So for me, I would probably rank it as the Saints, the Cowboys, and then the 49ers as my top 3. And then from there, Patriots. That Jags fan is starting to make me hate them a little bit more too as well. So
I would say like my top
Eagles 5. I would have up there in my top 10 too as well. And then like at the back of the pack, you'll probably have like, the Cardinals, the Seahawks, like, I don't care about them too much. But Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Terry, looking at this roster too as well, and Miss Carey. What 3 position groups you would say on this roster has you feeling confident about this upcoming season? Because some people have pointed out that, outside of A.J. Terrell, they're kind of worried about that secondary and that cornerback room. Some people are worried about Kirk Cousins, of course, with the age and, the contract and so forth. But, it is what it is here in Atlanta. Terry, your thoughts on what 3 position groups are you confident in this season?
I feel good about 5 position groups, but if
nice.
Well, the floor is yours, sir. The Dragons have not yet began to take the air, so you're good.
I feel good about the quarterback room. I feel good about the running back room. I feel really good about the receiver room. I feel really good about that. I feel good about our offensive line room. I feel good about that. I feel good about our defensive line room. I feel good about our linebackers. The only group that maybe gives me a little pause would be cornerback 2 and 3. And the other safety position, but outside of and I'm not that worried because I know that Raheem is going to scheme for that. I'm not that worried. If we were playing a majority of man coverage, I might be a little more worried, but I'm not. So for me, those 5, 6, however many groups, solid. Our front 7, solid. Our offensive line, solid. Running backs, quarterback, we got a good. Michael Penix on the bench. I feel good about it. That's me. Carey,
in the NFC South, you should feel good that we have probably the best 2 quarterbacks in the division.
Amen. Amen to that, sir. Amen to that. Carey, what say you?
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree. You gave 5 great position groups. I only wrote down 3 because I thought we were leaving 2 and 3. So for me, you did like extra credit. But
I'm supposed to be here on one time for the fan. You gotta score those touchdowns here on one time for the fan. We're trying to move the chains here. We don't want no more whistles. We're not trying to go back.
Penalties, so I got to do something, right?
Okay. I'm like, dang, what didn't you cover? No.
Right.
For me, I wrote down quarterback because obviously quarterback room was like a huge disservice to us last season. Most important position group, in my opinion, on the team. So we made a major upgrade. Yeah, Kirk is getting older, and yeah, he's coming off an injury. But before that injury, if he's going to be healthy, playing like he was before he got injured last season, he's going to get our weapons the ball and hopefully put up 4,000 plus yards, which we didn't. I don't even know if we had half of. We probably had half of that, but it was pretty tough last season, right? So definitely, I think our big upgrade is quarterback room. Good veteran quarterback. And so that was what I wrote down, number 1. Number 2, I wrote down running back room because I'm excited to see Tyler Algier, obviously, and see like what Bijan can do with our new offensive coordinator, Zach Robinson. Really excited to see how he uses them both.
Which they said they want to put him in a CMC, a Christian McCaffrey type of role. So that should get you excited too as well. 49ers use McCaffrey on damn near everything. He cooks breakfast, he makes lunch, he folds the bed. He you know.
No, literally. Yeah. So, I mean, Bijan had a good rookie season last year, but I feel like he could have. It wasn't anything really on his fault, I would say. It's just, besides like the rookie mistakes, like, the fumbles maybe. But other than that, I feel like it was maybe just the coaching aspect of it. So I feel like more touches and, more cool, creative ways that we can use him and probably get him more touchdowns as well, more touches. And also I feel like I'm hoping we can get Algier more involved because I feel like why can't we get them both, involved?
Agreed.
So
Agreed.
that's my number 2. And number 3, I was really having a tough time between offensive line and defensive line, choosing between the two. I went with D-line just because offensive line, I feel like, is like one of the best, right? How we talked about in the last show is one of the best in the league. But I feel like D-line, I'm really excited to get both Grady and David Onyemata back together with the rookies 3 rookies we drafted. So and I feel like we have more depth with the D-line versus the O-line. O-line, the depth is kind of scary a little bit. So, yeah, I'm going to say D-line, my 3rd.
Falcons fans, hit that like, share, subscribe button. Sterling Woods is in the chat. Quarterback, running back, and D-line. If you're looking at those 3 position groups here for Atlanta, you should feel a little bit confident. And I think we've upgraded in a lot of areas too as well. I have to agree with Sterling Woods. And even Terry too as well, and of course Kerry. You might even say more than 3. I mean, that quarterback room you got to feel confident with this year from what you've had in the past, right? That running back room too as well, like Kerry mentioned, with what Zach Robinson can do as his first year OC with Bijan, the Beast, and of course Tyler Algier, Mr. 1000. And of course the rookie, you have Jace McClendon too as well from Alabama, and of course who can be the 4th running back if it's going to be Avery Williams or if another player can step up on the team. But you do have a running back room that is pretty solid, a 1-2 back that can move the chains, and I think we're confident in that too as well. The wide receiver room has to get some love here, right? Because with Drake London and wherever you're going to put Pitts into that group, you can put him in the tight end room, but still, I think, like Bodie would say, I don't care what the offense looks like. Kyle Pitts is your number 2. So if you're looking at targets or receptions or how the offense could be ran, maybe if you throw Kyle Pitts into the mix, you got to feel good about who Kirk is throwing the ball to with Mooney.
Jack, I don't mean to cut you off.
What's up, brother?
He would technically say Kyle Pitts is your effing number 2.
Shit.
That's what he would say. That if we're being Bodie-esque, he would drop that F-bomb right there. I'm just saying. But continue. That
sounds like something Bodie would do.
Yeah.
I do have to say. Big shout out to Bodie 3002.
Bodie!
The wide receiver room is upgraded. But for me, let's look at quarterback room, right? Let's look at the running back room and carry that offensive line. You got the best guard in the league, right? You got Chris Lindstrom, right? Drew Dahlman has been ranked in the PFF rankings as being a decent center. Of course, you have Matthew Bergeron, who has stepped up in a major way since being drafted here in Atlanta. Jake Matthews, the consistency of this offensive line being together. A lot of teams are dealing with offensive line problems, right? They've got to plug and play guys throughout the season. They don't even know who their tackle is. They don't know who their center is. People are going to see that when camp starts in a couple of weeks. The Falcons have their offensive line, right? So you should feel good about that. And then if you want to go and look at other places, you got to look at the defensive line for the Atlanta Falcons. I think the defensive line is going to be a big part of this team this year. That rotation, that heavy rotation between Graham, Zach Harrison, wherever they're going to put him, Grady Jarrett, David Onyemata, Rook, Brilliant Trice is going to be over there too as well, and then Brent Dorless. Like, come on, man, this is going to be big for what this team can do.
Don't forget Eddie Kane Jr.
Huh?
Eddie Kane Jr. Don't forget Eddie Kane.
Oh, come on, not Eddie Kane. Not at 8:58, July 7th, 8:58. The first Eddie Goldman.
Is he still there? Is he still there?
Matter of fact, he's still there.
He's still with us. Yeah,
it's really happening. It's really happening.
Some fans will worry about what they're not confident in this team, and they can look at the cornerback room outside of AJ Terrell. They had the opportunity to go sign a guy in the draft. They had to go draft a guy back in April. They had opportunity to sign a guy in free agency. Falcons didn't want to do that. They trust apparently in Clark Phillips, Mike Hughes, Antonio Hamilton, D. Alford, Kevin King, Harrison Hands, whoever they just brought in recently. And like this could be your roster. Like that quarterback room outside of AJ is something to probably look at, right? I know fans could probably be worried about that. People mentioned edge rusher too as well. They're not too sold on a rookie, right? They're not too sold on Braylon Trice. They're not too sold on D'Angelo Malone in his third year now, who hasn't done much with Arthur Smith's scheme. They're not too sold on Arnold Ebiketie, right? So some people will look over there and say, not too confident in that. The linebacker room, I think, is pretty strong too as well.
Yes,
here in Atlanta with this 3-4 that you have to run this season. So feel good about what you have here, Falcons, especially on offense, right? Kirk Cousins, Michael Penix, Bijan Robinson, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Tyler Algier. We're going to move the chains this season. So the defense should be able to complement them by getting those 3 and outs, getting these teams off the field. Because we was a decent defense last year, right? We wasn't bad. So it's a big opportunity for Clark Phillips to step up and play this number 2 role. If it's going to be him, D. Alford, wherever he's going to be. J.D. Bertram, we haven't mentioned. Remember his Captain America looking ass? Remember what Raheem Morris said?
He sure did.
J.D. Bertram, wherever he's going to be. Lorenzo Carter, we haven't talked about much on his channel. This is a big season for Carter.
And
right?
Caden.
Caden Ellis. Raheem needs those veterans, right? He needs them to step up in a major way because you do have some rookies who's going to be helping you out on that offensive line with Dorless and Trice and so on. And then wherever Eddie Goldman, if he does fit into this team, you have a lot of muscle on that defensive front. So I would feel good about the defensive line too as well. I'm confident in this team. I'm confident in the coaching staff. I mean, even still some of the coaches who was there last year who wanted to stay here this year because of Raheem should make you feel good. A lot of times when new coaches come in, they clean house, right? They get rid of everybody, right? And they start over. Some coaches said, no, you know what? I want to work with him. Remember Maurice Williams, special teams coach, who's rated pretty high in the league as a special teams coach. The Patriots tried to go get him. He said, no, I'm going to stick here with Raheem. Jerry Gray also stayed here with Raheem. Dave Huxtable, defensive assistant coach who was there last year, is staying with us too as well. And a couple other names. So Raheem, like you said, he's a player's coach, but he's also a coach's coach. He's like your Mike Tomlin, right? So let's really welcome this team and this new roster here because we are literally about 2 weeks and some change away from training camp.
Baby, let's get it. Let's go.
July 24th. What's up, Terry?
You know what I didn't know?
What's up?
Bijan had 1,400 all-purpose yards last year.
Mm-hmm.
With the quarterbacks that we had, he had 500 and something receiving yards. What up, Chris? And 900 and plus or whatever rushing yards last year. 8-man, sometimes 9-man fronts. He's gonna go off.
Some would say at that record, some would say with the morale of some of the players with a broken team too as well. I mean, it wasn't the strongest team at one point in the season. You can kind of see fans probably got to that Arizona game and they looked at that stretch after that bye and said, I can't believe we just lost to the Cardinals. I don't know if we're going to make the playoffs. Some fans were mentioning that. After we lost to the Cardinals, they went into that bye saying, oh, yeah, we can come out that bye. And we did it too. We can come out that bye and win this game. And not knowing that the team wasn't that strong with Desmond Ridder at quarterback, right? We was hoping that the team would rally around his mistakes sometimes and some way, somehow move the chains down the field with Desmond Ridder or Taylor Heineke. But that just wasn't the case, and we saw that. I even went into that last game against the Saints, tied at halftime, looking at the Bucs-Carolina game, thinking I need the Carolina Panthers to win this game. And if we come out second half and beat the Saints, we're in the playoffs. Imagine that. But then we came out in the second half and threw a pick.
Well, guess what? That's not going to happen this year.
Yeah, it's not going to happen this year. We got Kirk Cousins.
Raheem is going to say, he's going to go up to Kirk and he's going to say, you know what? I had 9 brothers and sisters when my parents died, and they all looked at me. I was 5 years old, but I still had to take care of them. It was what I had to do. Kirk, you go out there and do what you need to do. Kirk's going to go out there. The assistant coach is going to be like 9 brothers and sisters. He's going to be like 5. That's from a movie. That's from a movie. You know it.
Jay Ballmer's in the chat, Terry. I don't know what movie is that. I'm getting ready to ask.
The movie quotes, not me.
No, he's hitting it with the movie quotes though. He's on point, but I just don't know which one is that. Yeah. 9 Brothers and Sisters. Is that the Denzel Washington or Samuel Jackson quote?
It is Denzel. It is, but I'll give you another one. One. All right. Here's what you need to do. All right. We're gonna run the veer with a reverse back end like your life depended on it. Let's go. No, nothing? All right, this is it. Last one. You drop a pass, you run a mile. Right? You miss a block, you run a mile. You fumble my football, and I will break my foot off in your John Brown hind parts. And then you will run a mile. Perfection, gentlemen. You got to know it by now. Somebody guess.
I'm not going any given Sunday.
No, it's Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans?
Yeah.
I'm so bad at movie quotes.
I'm Deshaun whooping our ass with these lyrics, these bars. And then we got Terry now hitting us with the movie trivia. I thought you were gonna give me something from Friday, something with Ice Cube or Chris Tucker. I didn't do that.
We can work on that for another show.
Jay Ballmer's in the chat. He said he feels like he's in enemy's territory.
Really?
Well,
Panthers fan.
If you're a Targaryen, you might be in enemy's territory. You might be in enemy's territory if you're a Targaryen.
Wow. Well,
that's House of the Dragons talk for you because it's getting ready to go down in a major way. Jay said it's tough predicting who's going to win. Jay Ballmer, what team you in here repping, brother? You don't have to be on enemy's territory. We're talking football here. Now you might be hearing a lot of the Falcons fans talking football here, but of course you can rep your team in the chat. Just don't be like the Jags fan, right? The Jags fan comes in here. He started talking about how good Trevor Lawrence is and how good a bunch of these no-name guys is. Just don't be like that, right? You can rep your team. You can be respectful to the chat. We can all talk football here. And every you might even be a team from a fan of an AFC team, right? We respect that. Just don't say if you're an Aints fan, we're gonna get on you. We're gonna get on you. We're gonna get on you.
Yes,
but
because your team sucks, donkey hooters. Go ahead with the film. Go ahead.
We already blew the whistle, so you're one whistle ahead. Don't worry, Terry.
What for the day? Great. Saints fans,
you're good, Terry.
Your team sucks.
Oh, Jay. Jay Ballmer.
He's a Panthers fan.
Oh, damn, Jay Ballmer.
He's okay though. He's supporting the channel, and he's being respectful, right?
You know what?
It's all good.
Big shout out to Jay Ballmer in the chat, man.
Thank you. Thanks. Hit that like button, please.
Hey, see, he's throwing around the keep pounding emojis too as well. He's throwing around the Carolina Panther emojis in the chat. So big shout out to Jay Ballmer.
Larry, we're gonna go 13-4.
Lario could be right.
He could be.
He's a diehard Atlanta Falcon fan. Travels to a lot of games too as well. You also have a celebrity in the chat. We talked about celebrities earlier who rep the Atlanta Falcons the hardest. This celebrity right here is probably the number one Atlanta Falcon fan that I know. Eric Parker, man, this guy right here is a true diehard Atlanta Falcon fan, man. And I'm telling you, when it comes to stand up for his team, when it comes to represent that red and black, you can definitely find Eric over there in his seat before kickoff. I guarantee you that.
And he makes the best memes ever.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my God.
In the whole internet, honestly.
Oh
yeah.
My, yes.
Don't know why the Falcons haven't hit him up and been like, hey, can we get you on our social media team or our digital department?
Literally.
They should.
Yeah. Eric got some memes that done went viral, and then some people done took some of his memes and tried to recreate it. So big shout out to Eric Parker. Atlanta Falcons Fandemic said, come on, y'all, blow the whistle on Jack for not knowing Remember the Titans.
Sorry, Jack. 15-yard penalty. Not knowing the Titans.
Awards, not even know what channel was on.
We can't hear you.
It's tough.
Okay, we can hear you now. Yeah.
You can hear me now?
We can hear you. 15-yard penalty on Jack. Resume possession at the 5-yard line. Not knowing the movie. Thank you.
Going down in a major way. I'll take my penalty. You can add that to the notes for the end of the show. Jay Ballmer said, because any team can win the division. That is true. And if you head over to the Panthers channel, for most fans here that follow NFL podcasts, you will hear a lot of positivity going on with the Panther podcasters too. What Bryce Young can do, right? What that defense can do, what the new head coach can do. right? They also made some moves in the offseason where Panther fans were saying, hey, this is it. And apparently they got approved for a new stadium coming up soon, or I guess remodeling a new stadium, or I can't remember what the hell happened. But here in Atlanta, you know how it is for us Falcon fans. Kirk Cousins, he's going to change the game of what that quarterback room was in the past, Jay Bomber. So if you've seen Mariota, if you've seen Ritter, that's not what you're getting this season. You're getting a guy who's throwing for 4,000 plus yards. You're getting a guy who's throwing for 30 touchdowns plus, right? Less than 15 interceptions per season, passer ratings of over 100, right? He's going into New Orleans this year to play the Saints. When is that? In November, with a passer rating of 115 plus. Like, he's beating up on the Saints. This is what we're getting here in Atlanta. And then you got to look at the backup quarterback, Michael Penix. I mean, come on. You've seen the college tape, right? I understand that the Bryce Young situation didn't work out last year, but that is true. Any team can win the division, right? The Bucks fans are talking about the same thing. Carrie, I'm sure you probably hear a lot of Bucks chatter in Florida where you're at too as well.
I do. I have a lot of family members that are Bucks fans, unfortunately. But to your point, Jay, yes, any team can win the division, but there's also a very good chance that other teams have a better chance, a higher chance, higher probability to win the division. And unfortunately, I think the Panthers are probably dead last.
Dead last.
So
what's that lady say on Family Guy? No. No. No.
Respectfully.
You got me with that one, Terry. 95 North wants to blow the flag on Kerry for too much kindness toward another team because he knew I was getting ready to start hating.
I was trying to be nice.
It was for good reason, though. We're getting ready to have another fan base.
You don't have enough hate in your heart.
Should we blow the whistle, chat? Can we blow the whistle? Because right now the team's still in the huddle. The referee is reviewing it. Should we blow the whistle on Kerry for being too nice to the Panthers fan that joined the chat?
Sure, but I can make up for that by saying screw Boston Celtics.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Wow.
Matter of fact, we're going to change it up. We're blowing the whistle on Berto for coming at Kerry. Talking about being too nice in the chat to the Panther fans. Let Kerry be nice. Let Kerry be great.
Damn.
Matter of fact, Berto, you're ejected. Get him out the game.
Damn.
Number 95, you're out of here.
Wow.
Terry, get security. Get him out the game.
Way down.
Get him out of here. Number 95, you are out of here.
Beautiful.
I understand.
You are out of here. You give that Panther fan the same respect we would give any other fan.
Let me tell you something. Hey, that was Bob and Weave right there. That was
Jay Bomber, you are welcome here, Jay Bomber. Don't you listen to these other fans.
Damn. Hey, that was beautiful.
Honestly, I hate Boston sports teams and I hate their fans as well. Berto might be the exception since I've just recently discovered that he's a Celtics fan, which I think someone put in the comments earlier, like, how can you be a Falcons fan and a Boston, like, Atlanta and Boston just don't go together, like, at all. And I get, like, the geographic part, like, where you live, but still, it just, you could have been a fan of any of the other NBA teams, but you picked Boston.
So remember, the Jags fan, Kerry, is a Jags fan. He's a Bama fan. He's a Colorado Avalanche fan. He's a Diamondbacks fan. He's a Bulls fan.
He's confused.
And he's from Atlanta. He's from Atlanta.
He can't make a damn decision. That's what
Jags, Avalanche for hockey, Arizona Diamondbacks for baseball, Chicago Bulls for basketball. I don't even want to ask his soccer team. It's probably some teams.
It's probably like Real Salt Lake or whatever.
Yeah, so random.
Oh, please don't mention that team who gets smacked up on Atlanta United yesterday, 5-2.
No.
Embarrassing.
They
please
did.
don't let me. Oh, thank you, Terry. It's a great way to end the show. Right, great way to just move into real. Where the hell did Real Salt Lake just come from, Terry? Did you watch the game yesterday when Atlanta United just got smacked up on the West Coast?
I watched the second. I watched the highlights, and I followed it on Bleacher Report. So,
matter of fact, we'll go into the review booth. Should we blow the whistle on Terry bringing up the pass? He did. We can.
Oh wow!
Hold on. The review booth is asking me what is the situation.
We need to blow the whistle on Chris put in the chat. Berto slipping the clover in the chat, which I noticed that as well. He put the little clover.
Oh, Berto's been kicked out of here. You got to worry about that. Berto's Gary, can you check the security booth and just check and see where we got Birdo now?
Let me check him. You know what? Hey, he's on the 3rd floor, Jack. Hey, hold on a second. Hold on. Hey.
Matter of fact, we didn't even make the announcement. Nobody knows.
Yeah, go pick his ass up. He's on the 3rd floor. Okay, thanks. All right, we got it, Jack. We got it.
What we want to go with? Aggressive behavior in the chat from Birdo to Carrie. Number 95 has been ejected.
Ejected for too much loyalty to the Boston Celtics and for being a hater.
Celtics fans in the chat. Matter of fact, we'll go ahead and get this one out. Get another one. Upon further review, number 95 has not only been ejected, but he has been banned from using the clover in the chat.
Wow.
Cannot put the Boston Celtics symbols in the chat.
Wow. Yeah. Trey the Boxer says, whistles everywhere. This is a hack-a-shack game.
This is a hack-a-shack moment. This is the Jordan rule right here. This was where we started. Thanks to Birdo.
And I want to shout out Can we shout out Dre the Boxer? He has my back as well. He said, I'm like a boxer. I play cool on the camera, but low-key, I'm training for Hate Week, which is so true. Yeah. I mean, I'm a very nice person, and I usually get along with everybody, and I try to be kind to everyone. But if it comes to Boston sports teams, Boston sports fans, and especially Aints fans and the Aints in general, they don't get any love at all. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man, Gary, you scared the shit out of me because you said that with a straight face. Like, you were like, oh, what? With that, like, the way you said it was, like, beautiful, man. It was like 1, 2, up with the uppercut, and then hit him with the elbow for the finish, man. Damn.
My boy Birdo said, free Waffle House meals if you let me back in. A1's in the chat said, don't fall for it, chat. Stand strong. Waffle House not that damn good. Oh gosh, it's a battle in the chat. Birdo, how the hell Birdo get back in? Who the hell is the security in here? I hope we got that. I hope we got that iShow speed security because that right there ain't gonna work.
No. Wait a minute, hey, Gus, why did he get back in? What do you mean he slipped?
You know, Birdo doing he just like he had Rolling Loud. He climbing the fence over there. Who jumped that fence?
Hey, he slipped $500 to get back in, man.
Security breach. A guy in a Kevin Garnett jersey just jumped over gate 3. Guy in a Kevin Garnett jersey, Falcon hat, Kevin Garnett jersey, just jumped over gate 3.
Yeah, Birdo. I like Waffle House personally, but it's gonna cost you more like steak and crab legs, like my favorite kind of meal. It's to get
we're gonna need to see some lobster, right, Carrie?
Damn, Lisa said Birdo not like us. Wow.
Shit.
Lisa is bringing out the interest. Damn, Birdo.
Did you guys see the music video? Did you guys see that music video though? Can we talk about
saw the Jay Bomber said this is something that we have in common. We hate the Saints and the Boston Celtics. Jay Bomber's welcome here.
Yes.
Jay Bomber's welcome here. That's our guy.
Oh wow!
Oh, Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Carrie, you know who is like us?
Who's that?
I'll tell you right now. His name is Daniel Flick. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Daniel Flick will be joining us on Wednesday to talk some Falcons football for you all. You know we love bringing special guests here to the chat, so this is great that you guys can not only join us on Wednesday at 8 o'clock to talk some Falcons football with myself and Terry and Carrie and everybody else. I believe Chase might be here too as well. Might even be able to get Bodie back. But Daniel Flick, who does a great job covering the Atlanta Falcons, will be here Wednesday. So bring your questions, bring your thoughts about the upcoming season. He does a great job when it comes to breaking down the team, the draft, the upcoming roster. Right. He also interviews a lot of coaches too as well. He talks to a lot of players every now and then. So you get a chance to hear from Daniel Flick, who is right there covering the Atlanta Falcons. So, Carrie, this is great that we've had, so many special guests in the past with Myles Garrett from Fox 5 and 92.9 radio personnel and other Falcon fans and so many people. We had over 35, almost 40 guests we've had here on One Time for the Fan. But now Daniel Flick now gets to become an honorary member of One Time for the Fan. Your thoughts, Carrie, on Daniel Flick joining us here to talk Falcons football?
I'm super excited. I'm a big fan of Daniel and his work. If you guys don't follow him, you should definitely give him a follow. He puts out tons of articles. I mean, he's putting multiple articles out a week, covering the Falcons with new information and content with the Falcons. So yeah, great reads. I think with Sports Illustrated. So definitely give him a follow and check out his work. But yeah, he'll be here Wednesday night to talk Falcons football with us. So it's so exciting.
We have to ask Daniel Terry about Captain America because Raheem said it on that draft video that we saw on draft night where he called JD and said, "Get your Captain America looking ass out here to Atlanta and let's get ready to go." Daniel Flick recently reported about JD Bertram and says, "Meet Captain America." So hopefully we'll get a chance to ask Daniel that question. Matter of fact, we will ask Daniel that question follow up on the video about that. And again, July 27th. July 27th, July 27th, everybody. We are going to be at Falcons open practice. And you might even get a chance to ask JD Bertram.
Hey, Jack, you're doing the underwater thing again.
Are you serious?
Oh, now I hear you. Yeah, you were doing that. It almost sounds
so
like
I know,
but you're not.
Well, right now the Dragons are at war. So right now, because the Dragons are at war, there's a lot of technical difficulties going on with the channel. House of the Dragons is underway. People are getting slayed. That's what's happening right now. So war. We definitely have to get ready for House of the Dragons. But we gotta get ready for upcoming events and shout outs. Zay in the bag is here in the chat. Big shout out to Zay in the bag. 95 North said Flick is the real deal. Carrie, Flick is the real deal?
Yes, Flick is the real deal. I mean, he's in there, where they're interviewing, Raheem and Arthur Blank. He's in that room. And all the players, and he gets firsthand information straight from the players and staff. So he's definitely the real deal, and I love his work.
You can't beat that, and that's where one time for the fan. We want to bring guests here that can get fans ready and prepared for the season. Daniel Flick can get us ready for the upcoming NFL season to talk about players that were drafted, to talk about OTAs, to talk about Michael Penix, right? To talk about Casey Washington. This is great that not only Myles Garrett that we can reach out to, but now Daniel Flick. So big shout out to him for taking the time out of his day to come join us here on Wednesday to talk Falcons football. Bring your questions about Michael Penix. Bring your questions about Drake London, Zach Robinson, Jerry Gray, who else? Jimmy Lake. I mean, we have a lot to go over on Wednesday. A1 Forever said Daniel is one of the best in the game. And that's great because we get a chance to talk to him here on One Time for the Fan. Now, it's also going down in a major way. Falcon fans, of course, we have these upcoming events. We already mentioned that July 27th will be at open to the public training camp. But Terry, hear that storm getting ready to come in, so we'll shut this channel down soon. I don't want no technical difficulties happening here. But Freddie the Falcon got some more pictures from the cruise.
I love it. I saw
Freddie is cruising. So for those that went to the Bahamas on the Rise Up Tour fan club, Sun and Fun cruise, I know y'all had a great time. We had over 125 Falcon fans on the cruise having a blast with not only Freddie the Falcon, but other NFL fans too as well. But yes, the Rise Up Tour fan club. We also have Sun and Fun Part 2 that is coming up, and a lot of people are talking about it. I'm getting people tagging me every day about the Sun and Fun cruise. Next year, May 22nd through the 26th, right? Nice. There's your group ID. You can call Carnival. You can go ahead and set everything up yourself. You can make your payments yourself. You can pay it off if you want yourself. Don't worry about the deposit because we already passed the deposit. Matter of fact, this is the flyer from 2 weeks ago. I get the other one for Wednesday show. But the information is right here. You can sign up. Of course, you can use the riseuptourfanclub.com. We got some information on there. But we're going to pack it out this year. I think already 30-plus rooms have been booked. So we're going to hope to get more than 150 Falcon fans. I'm probably shooting for like 300-400.
That is awesome.
That is great. So, Carrie, even if you have the chance to show up to this event and break the internet, come on out, Carrie, and help us out.
Out of Port. Oh, this one's out of Miami, not Port.
This one's out of Miami, so it's not too far from you.
Yeah. Nice.
But it's in May, and it's pretty decent on the price too as well. But you saw what we did when we went to the Bahamas a couple weeks ago. Fans had a blast. I mean, some of the pictures here you can see Freddie the Falcon was enjoying himself at lunch. Then, of course, we had a lot of Falcon fans that met up on the top of the deck to go take some pictures. And fans are meeting each other here. I mean, the Rise Up Tour fan club, we're pretty deep in numbers. But as you can see, we had our jersey party. And this was fans from all over. So fans flew in for this. They drove in for this. And this is just great that people can take the time out of their day.
Imagine you're like on this cruise and you're a fan of another NFL team, and then you just see this huge crowd of Falcons fans. I'd be like, man, I kind of want to be a Falcons fan now because my fan base doesn't do this.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's what happened when Frey the Falcon was on the boat. Fans were coming over like, yo, that's Frey, that's the Falcons mascot on this boat. So people are probably thinking, are there Falcon players on here too as well? Because it's the off season, and we know that players wasn't in camp, but there was no players on the boat. Hopefully we can. Matter of fact, I'm gonna reach out to a couple players, see if we can get them on the boat next year. If not, then we'll get some former players on the boat. But we're gonna get some more people on the boat because we're gonna shoot for well over 300 people to be a part of this. We had our own area too as well. So for those that was on the boat, Tiffany MacGio, she was there too as well. She said we had a blast. Book now for next year. So if you want to be a part of it, I just posted the information there. And of course, got one more thing before we get up out of here.
Jack, I have a question.
What's up, brother?
Would you broadcast for the Cowboys for $5 million a year?
No. No, my answer is no.
Gary?
Nope.
No, why are you bringing this back up?
I just want to know. I just want to know. Because, Carrie, we have a strange power when we get together and come up with this hypothetical shit, and in some kind of way. So I'm just asking. So I need to know, Carrie, yay or nay? You doing it? She's gonna do it. She's gonna do it. She's gonna do it.
Me?
Carrie gonna handle the podcast and be like, for $5 million, shit.
Shit.
$5 million.
I never had a job making $5 million, and Jack told me it's only for 1 year. A 1 year contract. I sign on the dotted line. I cover the Cowboys for $5 million, 1 year pay.
You got people like Taylor Rooks. She's a Falcon fan. She has to talk about other NFL teams. Duncan
it's
is
a
Falcon
job.
fan.
So I'm not. It depends. That's why I was asking you. Do I have to wear their gear? Do I have to fake it to make it, like pretend I'm a Cowboys fan, or can I just be like it's a job? Like, hey, here's your information, and
if we go back over the terms of the contract, we can say, yeah, you got to put on Falcons gear. I mean, you got to put on Cowboys gear. You got to put on a cowboy hat. You got to be on the sidelines. You got to at least show that you're a reporter, for the team.
Do they do that? I guess they do that.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, yeah. I mean, I've seen it.
Saying that because you want me to
Yeah. But that's a conversation for another day. See y'all. See what that money do? You see what that money do? $5 million. Everybody talking about it like, shit. I put that damn hat on for a couple shows.
Chat. If you're saying that you don't consider it, you're lying. I'm sorry. If you're not
here's why, right? Here's why. So I could say that, but if my wife hears about this,
you're gone.
I'm not gonna have a choice. I'm not gonna. Hey man, can you take that banner off my face, please?
I got you, bro. I was getting ready to make the switch right now. This goes back to when Terry first joined the show. This goes back to Bodie when Bodie used to text me like, "Don't forget about taking that banner down when you talking. Got to cover my face."
Bro, if my wife heard about that, if she heard that I made that statement, I would turn down $5 million.
You'd be in trouble, right?
I mean, yeah. If my wife found out about that, I have no choice, man. And it's for a year.
Mm-hmm.
It's for 1 year only.
And you gotta move to Dallas too.
I gotta move to Dallas?
Yeah.
Damn, $5 million.
I'm gonna throw everything to the terms of contract. You gotta wear the apparel. You gotta move to Dallas.
Jack,
5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 4-hour show. Talking to only Cowboys.
I'm just not wearing their gear. Like, I'm sorry. Maybe I'll wear white. Like, I'll wear white like this, and they can pretend there's a star on there. But I'm not wearing.
The Cowboy fans gonna call you out. Why should you keep wearing that white? Why I don't see no blue on there?
My brother
hit that like, share, subscribe button.
My brother's gonna disown me, but I wouldn't have a choice. I wouldn't have a choice, man. I wouldn't have a choice.
Hey,
so Eric, wherever you are, I'm sorry. I know you wouldn't speak to me for a year. I get it. I understand. We'll link back up after that. After I move back here.
Check this out, Dirty Birds. The bus trip to Carolina is real. Jay Balmer, you're in the chat. Heard he said, hope to see y'all at that game week 6.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you gonna see us. And you gonna hear us too. I can guarantee you that. You don't see this, Jay Balmer? Let me just pan over here. Jay Balmer, let me go ahead. Hold on, man. Jay Balmer. Jay Balmer, you see that?
Jay Balmer, why'd you say it like Kendrick?
Jay Balmer, we're showing up in numbers, bro.
A minor.
There's over 1,000 in the group.
Wow.
There's over 1,000 in our group, our travel group. This is the group that me and my boy Thomas Scott started 7 years ago. We've grown to the numbers of really showing up and showing out in different cities. The Rise Up Tour fan club. You saw what we did on that boat. That was just 100 and something Falcon fans. Don't let me show the pictures from Arizona. Don't let me show the pictures from Arizona. Don't let me show the pictures from New Orleans. Don't let me show the. But before we get to Carolina, we got to take care of Philly. So week 2 is first. Jabri Harper is also a member of the group too as well. Jabri, you know what's going on. He said it always seems to rain in Carolina for that Pansies game.
Jabri.
Let me tell you something, Falcon fans. We're going to have a great time out there. But if you want to be a part of something special, we have the bus trip to Carolina. Dragons are going to war right now. My friend just texted me and said, bro, do you see this? No, I don't. I don't see it. So bus trip to Carolina is going down in a major way. If you want to be a part of it, the information is right there on the screen. Deadline is September 1st. It's $100 per person. It's a day trip traveling to Carolina in the morning. Leave about 8 o'clock, get to Carolina about 12:30. We have a tailgate set up, and then you get a chance to go into the game. Got to buy your own tickets, though, to the game. And then after the game, back to Atlanta. So if you want to sign up to be on the bus trip, information is on the bottom. The RiseUpTourFanClub.com is going down in a major way. And then don't forget, for my dog fans, it's going down. September 28th, another day trip. The Rise Up Tour Fan Club. We're putting this out here for all you Falcon fans that want to head down and go see Georgia Bama. You got to buy your own game tickets, though. And there is a tailgate out there that's another group that we know about that we'll share the information for when it gets closer to that date. $65 per person. Georgia, Bama, heading down to Tuscaloosa. And then, of course, you got to get back after the game because the Falcons and Saints play in the Benz the following day. So we need to make sure everybody is back. So it's only a day trip. $65 a person for that right there. And then we have our bus trip to Tampa. The bus is getting packed right now. The whole hotels you see. Yeah. Carrie will be in Tampa too as well. Carrie was at the game last year. Carrie, we took the picture with me, you, and Pastor Troy, who was out there walking around. And it's a hot day in Tampa too. October 26th, it will be a hot in Tampa. So be careful on what side you sit on, because when that sun beams down on you, remember that Florida sun, Terry? When that Florida sun sunburns your ass out there in that section 103?
I'll have on sunscreen, Lisa.
You better put that sunscreen on your nose like a fisherman.
Yeah.
Yes. And don't forget the party it's the day before, right, Jack, for your birthday?
My birthday, October 26th. We have our party. Don't forget meet and greets, social gatherings. We have all that stuff on the road. We set up all this stuff. So all you got to do is just be a part of it. You can see the Rise Up Tour Fan Club. And for fans that keep asking, yes, we have a wait list. You cannot sign up anymore to be a part of the Rise Up Tour Fan Club. We can add you to the group. I got over 50 people right now that's trying to get added to the group. There is a wait list for the memberships. So if you want to be a part of that, I'll go ahead and send that information out to you. But you got to look for your boy, Jack Spade. Remember, if you're signing up in the group, if you're signing up for the Rise Up Tour Fan Club, you might get a message from me. You might get a friend request from me too as well. So
Jack,
look out for that.
Is that Brazil? Go
that was Brazil. Yeah, that was Brazil. That was at the top at the highest point in Brazil too as well.
You look
because
like
I'm the highest. I'm the highest in the room, as Travis Scott would say.
Yeah, you look like you just got off the phone with Dom.
Which one?
Dom.
This one?
I'm curious, Dom.
Hey, shout out to Dom. Fast and the Furious, they definitely brought those cars there. I told you that. You don't see those cars out there in Brazil. No, you definitely don't see that.
You look like you were gonna be like, "Hey man, I'm gonna meet you at the park." All right.
Shit.
Yeah. That's how you.
What's going down in a major way? Terry, Carrie, it's time for some Dragon Slaying. Big shout out to everybody in the chat. Carrie, the floor is yours. Please tell us about your social media. Where can we find you? Where can everybody get a chance to not only talk soccer with you, but talk Falcons with you? And of course, here at One Time for the Fan, they'll be able to hear you speak with us. So, Carrie, shout outs belong to you, my friend.
Okay, well, for social media, I talk sports at Twitter. My name, Carrie Lynn XOX. And 98% is Falcons and Manchester City, and right now Euros and Copa America. But besides that, I want to shout out to you and Terry and the chat. Everybody was awesome tonight in the chat. Lots of laughs and lots of trash talking against Boston sports teams. So we love that. And so all that.
Oh, you love that.
Yeah, so all I have to say, I want to shout out everybody in the chat and shout out, 9 weeks, exactly 9 weeks till Falcons football, official first game, season opener. Exactly 9 weeks, 9 Sundays.
I know fans can't wait for that Falcons Steelers game.
Let's go.
I know you can't wait because I'm so ready for it. As a season ticket holder, I mean, this is a big season for us. Kirk Cousins, Michael Penix, Greg London, Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson. I mean, so many superstars here we have in Atlanta, but they can also play some football. So we're going to be able to get the job done, hopefully in the right way. I do have I have a lot of faith in this team. I have a lot of faith in this organization. Terry,
yes, sir.
Where can we find you, sir, on social media? And of course, your shout outs, my good friend.
Yes, sir. For my ATL Sports 1 on YouTube. Next show on YouTube will probably be Wednesday. We'll be going over Hawks stuff, maybe a few Braves. More than likely it'll be Hawks and whatever's going on with that. But again, shout out to the chat. This was great. This was wonderful. Enjoy it. Always enjoy you guys in the chat. It's fun. Let's keep it going. Let's effing go Falcons. Shout out to God, which sounds really funny after saying let's effing go, but you forgive me, God. You know what's in my heart. You know what's in my heart. Thank God for everything. Thank Him for waking me up. Thank Him for my wife, my family, this show, you guys. Want to shout out Carrie. Want to shout out Jack. Love doing this show with you. Hopefully we can do it until we get $5 million offered for us to cover the Falcons, Jack.
Would need more.
With that ridiculous scenario, you've caused me to look at myself, and now I feel like a traitor. But anyway,
shit. I'm too nice. I'd probably tell them that that's a way overpay. I would do it for much less, honestly. No, $5 million.
Shit.
Save that for some players.
Whatever. Give me $5 million. I'm taking it. Whatever.
I can imagine getting a text from some Falcon fan like, "Hey, do you know about this? Do you see Terry over here on podcast on Cowboys radio?" Like, no, I did not. I did not know about that. Yeah. He said he ain't one time for the fan no more either.
I would never. Really? I would never do that, Jack.
What's up, Carrie?
No, I was just gonna say I probably would not be promoting that I would be doing it. Hopefully they wouldn't force me to. But
yeah. He's sitting there with a mask like Rey Mysterio.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Like a lucha libre.
She'd have to change her name and her socials.
Sitting there talking about the Cowboys wearing your lucha libre mask. So the Cowboys did a great job today playing football. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, subscribe button.
I'm Ariel. Carrie, I'm Ariel.
Terry?
I am. Yeah. All right. Again, thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you, everyone. Jack, as long as you keep inviting me, I'll keep coming back. I'm going to defer to you, sir. Good show. Enjoyed it. Floor is yours.
Hey, let me tell you something. It's been a great time talking Falcons football with you all. Another Sunday in the books. Like Harry said, we are 9 weeks away from Falcons really getting active. But then we're a couple of days away here from practice starting, right? So once camp gets underway, it'll be a lot more content going on here for Falcon fans, so we can talk about who's going to make the 53 preseason games. You never know, transactions that can happen, players who's going to be getting cut, new players who might be getting signed. But at the end of the day, we're all Falcon fans. Let's have a good time. Enjoy the rest of your week. We'll see y'all back on Wednesday here on One Time for the Fans. So Carrie, Terry, everybody in the chat, Bodie, Chase, thank you all.